Today, I'm gonna show you how to save thousands of dollars on landscaping using just cardboard. I have built 3 separate rocks. I know exactly how to get the look that you want and what not to do because, well, I did it. Good, the bad, the ugly to finally get here. We are in a major transformation on our property since building this garage, and nobody seems to tell you about the domino effect of a project this size, but I'm going to. I'm also gonna share with you what I ordered on Amazon that made this process way easier my 3rd time around. One of my ideas for the property was having this foundation be covered by massive boulders. Make it look as if the garage is sitting on top of them. Nobody likes boring old concrete unless it's stained or stamped, and I've got videos on that too. I also have so many ideas for this part of the property because it's really tricky to get the mower in here and to make it look nice. I want this to be like my winter scene of the whole property. It's gonna have blue spruce, evergreens, lots of boulders. So that means I need lots of rocks. More, even bigger. Wait, that's full. This is not supposed to be in there. I dream of making massive boulders one day, but I wanted this one to be a little bit smaller so I could chew it off in a bite-sized piece, as they say, and learn to build the rock instead of tackling a rock that I actually want to build, 4 or 5 times this size, but completely screwing up how to do it, learn a big lesson, and then have a massive mess. So that's why this rock is a little bit smaller than what I would like the boulders to be, but I'm really glad I did because I learned a lot with this one. I think if it was any bigger, it would have been a complete fail. So I had my original box and it probably would have worked, but I wanted it to be a bit more, shaped. I was overthinking the shape of rocks. We have one on our property that looks like a shark tooth, and it is a natural rock. Honestly, literally anything that you build in this method, as long as it is not a complete square, will look like a rock. And then I discovered that I actually bought mesh chicken wire, not actually wire. I was wondering why it was a little bit light. I was carrying it to my truck, but either way, I'm an hour from the hardware store and I am not returning this. So rock number 1 is going to have plastic chicken wire and we're just gonna see if it works. I just used a regular staple gun and I've seen a lot of people online using panhead screws and washers, but wait, never mind. My staple gun worked, now I'm realizing, is because I have plastic chicken wire. I'm worried that because this is plastic chicken wire and not wire mesh, how the rock will hold up. If you bought regular wire like you're supposed to, then you're probably going to need panhead screws or washers and screws in order to have your chicken wire attached to the boxes. But this is why I'm here, right? I'm gonna make sure that we go through every possible scenario and you can decide what way is best to build your rock, because I don't think any of these are really going to fail. There's probably just gonna be some pros and cons to all 3 different methods. I stapled for what seemed like forever. It's a landscaping rock that you can actually landscape with. I got the concrete mixed up and I've seen people pour it out so that you don't have to coat the bottom of the cardboard, and that made the most sense to me because I'm not going to be flipping this thing around until it's dry and I'll need to have the bottom done as well. At least I think I do. When I first started, I put the concrete on and it was really soupy, but that's okay because it does thicken pretty quickly. And then I had the great idea actually because the concrete was seeping through the mesh wire holes and it wasn't doing what I was thinking it was supposed to do or what I've seen other people do. So I decided that I was going to be using drywall tape as paper mache. Now, if you've ever paper mache'd as a child, you know this method works really well, as long as you coat both sides. And my thought was the drywall paper will absorb the water that's in the concrete so it can take on any shape. If I had my time back, I would do this for the entire rock, but that's actually what I did for the second one, just slightly different with the experience, but you're gonna see that method in a few minutes. But for my first one, this is how I came up with this idea because everything was falling through the mesh. The drywall paper really helped because it was almost as if it had to stick upside down, or at least it was really vertical. So the concrete that I was putting on there, my first try, kept falling off. It actually worked well on all of the sides. because this one is the most flat part of the structure and the paper kept the shape. But once the mud stiffened up, you'll see that I was able to actually just smear it directly onto the sides of the cardboard with the chicken wire, and I didn't need the drywall tape. So play around with it. Will really depend on if you're using soupier concrete mix, like it's more water, or if your concrete has set up enough and it's a bit stiffer, because that's when I was really able to work the shape. Start with your flats and then move to your vertical surfaces after. It is as hard as a rock. No pun intended. Ow. It's extremely rough, but I wanted that because I'm going to be putting a second layer of concrete on top of this. It cracked in some spots, but that's okay because I'm going to be putting 3/4 of an inch. Like that's the requirement from what I've seen online for the most sturdy applications. So I'm just going to pretend like this is not here because I have this sag in the middle that was not there when I built the form out of cardboard. So maybe for my second rock, I'm going to try rigid foam as a structure because then it won't sag with the water. Also, I just put up the reel. If you watch the reel, I talk about how the concrete was too watery in the beginning. So that might have been my fault. For the next layer of concrete, I was adding sand, mainly because I wanted the color to be not as gray. I wanted it to be a little bit more warm, maybe have some texture. I'm not sure. I've seen other people do it, so I did it. At this point, I was still extremely doubtful that it was actually going to look like a rock because it looked more like a big blob of concrete. But again, with time and patience and working the concrete, it eventually started to take shape as it hardened. And as the mud hardened, I was able to build up certain spots so it didn't have as much of a divot in the top. I think that is because the water from the first round of concrete made the cardboard really flimsy, so it sort of caved in on itself. That like this concrete to you might look dry. It's still considered like green concrete. So all of this is still workable. So with a little bit of water or like a soupier mix, this is where I failed my parts of my concrete walkway, is that I thought as soon as it started to harden, I was done. Concrete is so workable for hours after you have poured it. But really loving the way it's turning out, and I'm totally fine with I don't even know what's going on underneath this. I did not flip it over. What I'm doing is taking my mud and sort of like sculpting like a curve, because this is going to be grass or dirt or mulch or wherever I end up putting this. So I literally don't care that it's going to have like a flat base. And you can see that it's now hard, but it's still extremely green. So you can like just work in and make it smoother and add on and make it smoother and add on. Like every project, I hated it. And now I think I love it. So you're like this is going on really soupy. So I'm just gonna smack that on there all the way around and then come back in, add another layer, and then work it. It was setting up quickly at this point, and I was trying to give it a little bit more texture, so I just literally grabbed dirt and some sand from around our property and I mixed it into the top layer. But not everywhere, because rocks are never the same color, so I was thinking of just having certain spots be different textures, like a natural rock. I'm so nervous to go in with this. Also, I've seen people carve with their X-Acto knives, but I don't think I'm there yet. No. This was not my favorite part. And I also saw people use tinfoil to get the rock texture. Again, I don't think I'm good enough for that yet. But the more I make, I'm sure I will get these techniques down pat, and I will definitely be making videos of every single one. The difference between the other rock videos that I watched is that people weren't honest with truly how difficult some of these skills are. So halfway through making this, I decided I'm actually going to split up my rocks into 3 separate videos. So I will link the next one here. So far, so good. I don't know. Like, is this dirt gonna stay?